Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg.
And today we are playing through Vrahode Age of Prophecies by Weathervane Games. This is a sponsored playthrough, and we'll have a link to the crowdfunding campaign down below, and of course, prototype, all rules and components subject to change. We're going to be diving into one of the scenarios of this game. You see, this prototype over here comes with 8 scenarios. The full game, I believe, comes with 24, although check the campaign page. I'm not sure what there might be from expansions or stretch goals or all that. Just take that number 24 as a loose guide to what might or might not be in the game. But past that, this is going to be a campaign game in which you're going through a sequence of adventures, starting off with your characters, growing and developing as you play through the game, gaining encounter rewards as you go through it, and to that end, we are playing through Encounter 2. Why Encounter 2, you ask, Meg?
Because it's after Encounter 1.
That is half the answer. I just happen to know that there's at least I know other content creators are doing 1, 3, and 4, and so I figured I can go straight to 5, or we can jump in on that missing 2. Granted, there may be other people who play it, so just in case. But that's why we're diving into 2. So if you do want to see more about Encounters 1, 3, 4, and whatever, make sure to check out other people who have played through this game. For right now, we're diving into Encounter 2, The Daylight to Darkness. We're not going to fully dive into the story here, but we kind of woke up, we were on guard, or our friend was on guard, bad things have happened, people have been dragged off into the woods, friends have been recovered, or aspects of things have been recovered, and enemies have been slain, and we're going to go ahead and read from where we left off. Objective: kill all enemies. That's doable.
That's usually my objective.
After a grueling stretch of miles, slashing your way through the unrelenting tall grasses of the plains of Rendor, you come to the top of a rise high enough to afford a rare view of the surrounding terrain. Your stomach sinks at the sight you hoped would not be forced to suffer this day. The sight you hoped you would not be forced to suffer this day. The thick looming edge of the Harnwood Forest and the Thunderhorn Trail leading directly to the edge of it. You're a huntsman, you remind yourself, but feel no better for it. You spent your life setting snares and traps and taking larger game with spears and arrows made by your own hands. But always that has been within the open plains. Never have you stepped foot within the shadows of any forest, let alone the Harnwood. Nor would you, were the opportunity pressed upon you for any other reason. Your trepidation only increases the nearer the forest you come, but a darkness within the tall grasses catches your eye just under the shadows of the first trees. Your spirits rise as you recognize the sight as the unmistakable bulk of a thunderhorn laying down. You approach slowly, scanning the area for any signs of Sharn, but find none. Sharn's your buddy who's had some issues. It isn't until you're nearly upon the beast that you see the flies buzzing around his eyes and nose and a great wound on its back, and the fully grown plain shrike half crushed beneath the thunderhorn's bulk. A waste of 2 lives, you think, knowing you are too far from camp to bring more than a small portion of the meat back, even if you had time and energy to dress them. You lean over the thunderhorn and to search for any clues to how such an entangling might have ensued when the shrike twitches. The giant bird rages back to life in a fury of clawing and flapping, freeing itself. Before you can figure out how to safely put the poor creature out of its misery, a deafening screech from above announces that this shrike is not alone, and if you don't act fast, you may end up joining it. Rules. The injured plain shrike begins with a 50% health and begins at fight height. We'll explain that shortly. Additional strikes shown below start at flight height. No, the first one's fight height.
Oh, got you.
It's fight or flight.
Got you, okay.
But anyway, so we have our first one over here. It's going to be at 6 health. We've already set it up on 1. And we have our second one over here on 2. Then this little enemy spot over here. And we're going to be starting next to this spot over here. So we have our people.
I'm sorry, it should be at 24. It got bumped.
It should be at 22.
Oh, 22.
It should show on the card, I believe. I believe it's a 22.
Oh, I see.
The last time we fought it was a 24. But anyways, that's going to be 22. So these shrikes over here, in fact, actually, should we put them down? Yeah, so you can get better visibility. I think we're actually going to put them down in the squares like this so you can see them.
Should it be 12?
No, because we are dealing with the encounter is plus 10 life.
I got you.
They're basically going to be...
You're on top of it, and that was basically for everybody to know.
Well, that's actually worth noting. Over here, we have the enemy over here. So the structure of 1 player would be a regular plane strike, 2 would be a plane strike at plus 10 life, 3 would be 2 plane strike, and 4 would be 2 plane strike at plus 7 life. So you basically have a whole bunch of enemies to deal with over here. Plus we have our injured plane strike, which is at 12 half, so 6 life over there. And we are going to be trying to take these ones out over here. We're going to go ahead and see what we can do. Now I should note this is a prototype, and some things have already been changed in terms of even just the graphics of this board. So there are some small nuanced differences to encounters or things like when you draw initiative tokens. But for right now, we'll be going with the default over here and drawing a bunch of initiative tokens. Actually, if I recall correctly, this is going to be, so from this shift in rules, this one we actually have a first turn before they go. So basically the way it works is, this will be a little symbol up in the top corner here. But again, this is from the revised encounter rules. Right now what we do is we're going to draw initiative for just us, but as soon as we attack them, we redraw initiative. So as soon as they take a wound, they're in the battle. We basically have the opportunity to possibly set ourselves up a little better and or get an initial strike. So go ahead and choose an initiative token. What? What?
I don't want to say I don't like this, Alex, but
I'll draw an initiative token.
We found an injured bird, and then its friend is protecting it, and we're like, attack?
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't make the rules. We're just playing this game.
Okay.
Anyways, to be fair...
Tell me they're evil birds.
They're obviously evil birds. Anyways, you are going to go ahead and go first. Right now, also I should note, we have our playdate set up over here, our little sheets over here. You have your character card. There's not a lot you need to see on this, so I'm going to leave this up over here. We have our skills. We have our various attributes lined up, our body, spirit, mind, focus, and presence. We'll explain what you need to know about those as they're relevant, but bodies use for melee attacks and focus is used for ranged attacks, and the others will show up when they show up. We also have initiative we just draw. We have our initial life. Mine is going to be 12 right now, and that's because I actually started with 14, but the way this game works is in between scenarios, you have to kind of choose to go on rests or sleeps in order to recover your various your rule, which is going to be an energy source that you power your skills with, as well as to recover your health. But we chose not to sleep because there's always a chance you can get ambushed or bad things can happen, so we chose to power forward. We think we'll recover and rest our fatigue, our sleep, and all that later, but that means I am walking into the scenario a little bit deflated from our last scenario. Speaking of which, we also have items we drew. I drew a metal shield, which was nice because I replaced my wooden shield over here. It's basically metal and better. And then Meg drew a fine short bow, so she now has ranged attack. So
which I do like.
Some degree of process forward on the characters we're playing with.
All right, Alex. And which one is the hurt one?
The hurt one's going to be the closer one.
Oh.
If you can just go ahead and just take it out.
Should I just put them both to sleep instead?
Yeah.
And then we leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Don't
Alex, that's not nice. That's not even funny.
That wasn't me. It's the strike.
I pass.
Mommy.
I pass.
You can't.
You can't murmur as the things are fighting against, guilting me into not attacking them.
You can't pass. It's in the rules.
1,
So when you move, you're allowed 1 diagonal movement, and the rest is orthogonal.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And are we in the plains?
Oh, we are in the plains,
So
which means you have your +2 movement.
So I will adjust this. But I don't want it. I think I'm actually going to back up and not even use all my movement because I'm within 7 range with my bow. And that would be orthogonal. So
yes,
it's
it is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
5, 6, 7.
Yep.
I think at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Yes,
so
except you actually are allowed to count range the same as movement, so I believe you get 1 diagonal movement as well.
Well, I'll still move up
Or
to
that.
be a little bit closer to
Cool.
that one.
That works.
I think that's still... Am I in your way at all?
No, I'm on my way.
All right, because I could go to here, actually. Let's do that. That's good for me.
I want to say for the record, every core of my being wants to continue to make small little shrieks, but I'm not going to.
For the sake of this gameplay.
I will not.
All right.
Anyways, go ahead and roll.
will attack.
So Meg's going to be rolling using her focus trait, which is ranged attacks on the focus trait. She currently rolled a 6 on the attack die, which is lower than her focus of 9, so she successfully hits.
And I got +2.
And she got +2.
Oh my gosh.
Which means you're going to get your 6 attack with base piercing damage. This will cause 4 base piercing damage, okay?
But
so you have... Yes.
It will have...
It will mitigation.
It has 1 mitigation.
It does have 1 mitigation. Alright, are you shooting it?
I guess.
I mean, you did. You already shot there
well,
off.
Yeah.
So you're basically going to... It has 1 health left, right?
I guess.
Yeah, that seems about right.
If only.
If only what?
I don't know. Feels
Feels just shy.
so close, just not there. Can you get it? Can you get there from where you are?
I can't because now that we've attacked it, we draw a new round of initiative tokens.
Oh, that's fair.
So there are different rules for how you draw initiative tokens based on the scenario, based
Maybe
on
you still
spots
will.
you go. What?
Maybe you still will.
I still may, but we ought to put these back in the bag, and this time we are drawing for the enemies as well. What?
I lose mine?
You lose yours.
One.
So we're going to draw first for the first strike over here. So the injured strike is going to draw an initiative of 6, if you want to put that on its board. The second strike is going to draw an initiative of 12, going very slow in the round.
So there are little notches here, guys, where you can see this one is sitting in here, but for you to be able to see them, I'll lay them down. But just know when you're actually playing the game, it looks a lot better when you're able to have them angled up toward you, as intended.
I'm going to go ahead and draw an initiative token of 4. And Meg, you get to go ahead and go.
Let's see.
2. You got 2. Of course, you're first again. So you can go ahead and take your finishing shot if you so choose.
I do. I think the initiative system in this game is,
I think you've been first every time you've drawn initiative.
So Now we're just back in it. I get another turn.
But back in the game.
I kind of just got 2 turns in a row.
Yeah. That was the scenario is set up that we should have an extra turn. Just the fact that you got it.
Sorry for you.
That is the part, yes.
I could attempt to put them to... I guess I should have put them to sleep. Would that... I'm unsure.
I mean, you could just kill one of them.
Yeah, whoa. You
put
think
it to sleep.
So?
Put it to sleep.
I don't want to... I want to let you, feel like you're doing
Oh,
that.
so then go ahead. Put the second one. I'll still go before both them, so you could go ahead and put this one to sleep.
Okay, so you think... Well, I'll just attack it, but you think you can damage this?
I can definitely take that one out.
Alright, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to stay as far away as possible, so I'm just going to go to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, and then
And you're attacking it or sleeping it?
I'm going to attack with my short bow.
Okay, so you're attacking...
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'll fix that in a minute.
You got a 5 successful attack. You have a 1,
weakened.
so you got a 3 thingy. It has a strength of, it has a mitigation of 1, so you're going to deal 2 damage to it. So I'm going to mark its life down from 20 to 2. So as easy it is to unleash those arrows, they are, well, still has 20 health left.
Sorry, I did 2 damage?
Yep. Now, I will say it also will drop right now, because in general, they're flying versus fight. When you have a flying enemy, they have a flying status and a fight status. These ones only have melee, so they will have to drop to fight to attack us, but if you do hit them with a projectile, they'll drop down to remove it, and also have to spend an action to remove that projectile. So right now, they are both down at fight height in the moment. And that brings us to my turn, because you've done a movement. In general, in the game, you have 2 actions. You can use one, either a racial ability, special skill, or attack, and then you have 1 movement or exchanging of various things. That's usually movement. But then, for that means it's going to be my turn, so I'm going to use my first action to move. My movement is 6. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Feral Charge over here, or attempt to use Feral Charge. I'll be rolling against my body. I should note, when I confidently said I can do it, I also meant if I roll correctly.
Are you like a snake anteater?
Yes. Yes.
That's what it looks like.
We're going to go ahead and roll. I'm going to roll my Feral Charge over here. We're going to do charge enemy from up to twice your movement rate away, doing 5 base damage, plus 1 for each body point over 12. I'm not doing... There we go. Go ahead. And causing knockdown. May not be just enemy. Action replaces normal movement and must regain their feet before attacking. So I'm going to go ahead and roll over here, and we're going to get a 7, which means I successfully rolled beneath my 12. So we're going to go ahead and charge the enemy, doing 5 base damage, plus this brings us to 7, plus 1 for each body point over 12, which I don't have, and causing knockdown. So we're going to go ahead and basically kill it, because that's all we needed to do. We're going to go ahead and hit the zone. We are going to strike him down, and we're going to eat him later.
And it shall become more powerful than we could have ever imagined.
Yes. In the third scenario, he shows up and tells us not to fly the TIE fighter and all that stuff.
This one's gone?
Yes.
Should I just take it all away? Take it out of initiative?
Yes, yeah, you can do that. I spent a rule over here, which I forgot to tell you. We have some rules spent from the first scenario that we did not recover because we chose not to rest because we're overly confident about our ability to survive in the wilderness.
Also, for those, because this is a video and a lot of you are listening to this audibly, it's rule RUHL. It's the crystals. It's not RULE. Because you can hear the word rule and think we're talking about the rule.
I spend
not
rules.
The rule.
I spend rules in the games.
Yeah. Alright, so now I believe it will kick all the way through to this one, which
I believe it will.
I did attack. For measly 2 damage.
So it's going to attack you.
Not worth it.
It's going to attack you.
Honestly, my 2 damage should have gone to the other one, and all of your damage should have gone the other way, but...
If you had been willing to just do that...
I'm usually so much more powerful.
And also, on the defensive one, I have 3 mitigation, which I do have a track. I have 3 mitigation to your 1, so...
Alright.
This is less fun for you. We're going to go ahead and have it try to activate its ability. In general, they're going to do that if they can. So its ability is action, causes 5 base damage, but it currently has a movement of 8. So it's going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Oh, wait, 1 second. Oh, you're in luck. It has to take the arrow out. It has to take its arrow out. Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah, it does take its arrow out.
And then it can only move.
Yeah.
I did that on purpose. I'm an archer.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be able to attack you, but it will go ahead and close the distance over here. So we are going to go ahead, and it's currently on the ground. It removes its arrow, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it flies to height distance so that you can't attack it, although you still can because you have a bow and arrow. The game didn't plan on you drawing a bow and arrow right after round 1. This might make it an easier fight. But to be fair,
my focus is my higher stat, but I feel like I'm playing Eclipse, who is a centaur, and I feel that they were just meant for bow damage.
That's true, but you actually have to have the bow. Although you do have a ranged attack.
Although, to be fair, my nickname is Spark, so I think I'm also supposed to cast spells.
Spark! Dun-dun! Master of the universe.
Centaur of the universe.
Centaur of the universe. Alright, that is basically round 1. We're going to go ahead into round 2 over here, and I believe it's your turn to strike this guy, although he's in the air, but you can still shoot him.
Are you ready?
Fun fact, you can shoot twice. You can't attack twice. You can shoot a bow and arrow twice.
But I want to move away from him.
Move away, by all means. I'm going to go first, if it makes a difference. So before he goes, I'll go. I'll be able to strike him. And then you'll be able to...
Is there any penalty to attacking it from...
further away from adjacent? I don't believe so. It's in there. It's flying in there right now. It's above you.
Do I get the free diagonal no matter what? Or is that only if I take the move action?
For movement? Oh, no, you have to move action.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, I kind of want to move away.
Go for it.
I feel like that's a safer thing to do.
But I'm going to attack it, and it's going to try to... Well, actually, can I attack it? Well, when you shoot it, it'll drop to the ground, so then I'll have melee attack, so it's going to try to attack me.
Right. We should just all move away. But
Why?
You can't.
I'm going to have to close this into attack
Because if I always shoot an arrow and drop it, if we always move away, then it can never attack us.
I don't think it's going to have much of an opportunity to attack us either way.
Right.
Well, it will, because it'll remove the arrow.
I'm going to move away to be safe and launch the arrow. Cool. Hopefully. Let's see, because maybe I won't, you know?
That's a good point.
I could miss.
Your focus is a...
9.
9. All that planning around a 20.
I'm going to use my once per game. Once per game I can reroll.
Really? So you're going to use your spirit,
I'm going to use it.
So you're using a spirit, which is a 6. So if you successfully roll less than a 6, you have a chance to reroll. Nope. Nope. That's your once per. Basically, your abilities, your spirit, mind, and presence do have ways that they can rearrange things. Rearrange things is the wrong word. Adjust for how things happen, whether you're attacked or whatnot. This does mean, though, that I don't know if I have as much options right now. Because of that, because you did that, instead of shooting twice, charge an enemy, I don't think I have much I can do.
Yeah.
Ironically, it means it's going to attack you again now.
Why? You're not going to go up and attack it?
It's in the sky.
Oh.
Yeah. It's in the sky right now, and you missed. So
see? I knew.
I will look patiently at the sky and try to see what I can do, which is nothing.
All right.
Your turn.
Now, do you know
No, its turn.
Its turn. Do you know if I cause sleep to it and, like...
It will fall to the ground.
Okay.
So it's actually interesting. The way sleep works on flying enemies is if they are at flight height, when you sleep, they will fall, but then immediately wake up because they took damage. They fell to the ground. I have to double check the amount of damage they take. They do take some damage and they immediately wake up, because when you are asleep in this game, when you take damage, you'll wake up. And because you fell from height, you take some damage and immediately wake up.
All right.
Okay, so it's going to go ahead and go towards us. It's currently in the sky. It goes 1, 2, 3. It lowers to the ground to strike you, and it's going to go ahead and try once again to go ahead and do its basic action. So we're going to roll on a 13. Is it base damage? Yeah. So we're going to use it's going to try to use its action first. In general, they have a limited number of activations of their main action. It's going to try to razor beak you, and it's going to get an 8, which is enough to hit at a -2 though. So it's going to deal 3 damage plus bleed effect to target. So you have mitigation of 1, so you're going to take 2 damage, plus a stack of bleed tokens, which once per round, at the beginning of each turn, you're going to take a damage from your stack of bleed. You have 3 bleed before it expires.
Okay.
You can put it out so people can see over there.
I was going to put it up here.
Sure, wherever works for you. That's going to be his turn. He moved and he attacked, but he is now at fight level. In general, flying enemies can only go up or down once per turn, so there is a bit of a timing effect and or actions or abilities to try to ensure that you can basically do all the things you need against him. Speaking of which, it is your turn. Now he's currently at fight height.
Okay, so I'll take the bleed damage.
Okay.
All right, and then I again feel like I should move away.
I don't. Well, up to you.
Because what, you still don't think I need to?
If I successfully attack it, I might miss. If I successfully attack it, I'm the new target.
If I move away, are you gonna not try to attack it again?
I'm gonna try to attack it either way. This time I could though. Last round I couldn't because it was in the sky.
Right. It was in the sky. It was in the sky.
It is true that I have to hit. If I miss,
I think then because I would rather take my double shots once I'm far away from it and I'm dropping it, and then I don't have to worry.
Actually,
because I've already taken initial damage.
Just for the record, I believe, I'd have to double check it, but I believe I'm the target no matter what. I think the priority order is successful melee attack, unsuccessful melee attack, successful range attack, unsuccessful range attack, others. So I would be assuming you take a melee attack, assuming you take a range attack, even if I miss, I'm now the new target. In case that matters.
I want to move away.
Go ahead.
I want to feel safe.
No problem.
Okay. Didn't.
Okay.
For not that much damage.
So you strike it for 2. It's a only 1 damage. That's a mitigation.
Yeah.
So 1
but
damage
it
it
does
is.
drop.
It's already on the ground.
Well, but it has an arrow in it.
I don't believe it has to dislodge it if it's already on the ground.
Okay.
I could be mistaken on that. It may have to dislodge it.
So, and it only took 1 damage?
But it won't matter because it's going to be next to me anyway. It takes 1 damage, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, on my turn, I'm going to go ahead and close the distance. I can close the distance, and I roll my dice. I'm using a short sword with standard 5 base melee damage. Actually, let me double check over here. I might use the bleed effect. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and use this over here.
Let's make it bleed.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and add bleed effect to this hero's cutting weapon this battle. Oh, I should have done this last turn. I will hold off on this for right now. This was a mistake. I should have done... There was something I could have done last turn that basically would have given my weapon bleed for the entire battle. I should have done that last turn. I'm not going to now. So we're going to do a basic attack over here with a basically attack of 16, which means I miss. I
do
whiff.
the reroll. Do the free reroll.
Oh, I should do the reroll. I'll use my spirit to get a free reroll over here.
Why
and
not?
it's a 4.
Oh,
I get it. So I'm
wow.
going to go ahead and reroll over here. So this is just reroll. Does not mean I hit. It just means I get a chance to reroll. It's my once a game reroll. And we have a 17 and a +3. What a whiff. A whiff over there.
You got one of them.
But I am still the new target over here. So we are going to go ahead and have him attack me. He's going to once again try to razor beak me. So he's going to go ahead and use his razor beak. This is the second activation, the second attempt at it. We're going to try to roll at a 13 or lower. And he gets a 9 and a -1. So he's going to deal 5 base damage. -1 becomes 4. I have mitigation of 3, so I take 1 damage. And then I do unfortunately take bleed, which is the bigger problem. But he has used his strike ability twice now, which means he can only do basic attacks going forward. Okay. And that was the next round. Start of your turn, you take a damage.
Alright.
Oh, and he now moves to flight height. So he's now back up in the air unless Meg manages to shoot him down.
And see, and now I'm going to do it twice from here. This makes so much more sense.
Beautiful. Do it.
Here's my blood token. Alright, so for the first attack, did not hit.
Okay.
Man. Second attack, hit.
Okay,
Plus
beautiful.
1.
So you're doing 5 damage minus his attack of 1, so you're going to do 4 damage to it. So drop him by 4, and he drops like a fly as well.
And it's now at 15.
Yep. And last turn he pulled the arrow out and attacked me with 2 actions, and he's now on the ground.
And that was both of my actions.
Yep. Which means it's now my turn. Because he's on the ground, I'm going to try to strike him again. We're going to go ahead and do another strike at using my body of 12, so I need to get 12 or lower. We got a 10 and a +1, which means I'm doing attacking for 6 because my short sword does attack of 5. And so we're going to go ahead and deal 1 less than that because of mitigation, which means we do 5 damage to him.
And you also take a damage.
And I take a damage from bleed. Good call.
Yeah. I only know because it's been happening to me. I started here.
You want to deal 5 damage to him?
Sure. Well, wait, you just dealt 5 damage.
I still 5 damage. Yeah.
Of course I want.
You're like, yeah, I'd love to. Just give me the dice.
That's my normal thing.
Alright, and now that's our turns. It's now his turn. He's going to go ahead and pull the arrow out of his body for his first action, and then he's going to, from the ground, he's going to go ahead and strike me again. So he's doing a basic attack this time, which means it's basically a 5 damage attack. There's no more bleed going on. So a 5 damage attack, it's a hit, but it becomes a 2 damage attack. Mitigated my abilities means I take nothing.
I'm kind of so much mitigation.
I'm a tank. That's basically it. Then he pops up into the sky, and he's back in the air again, where we lead off with your turn.
No, he took the arrow out. You said.
The moving up or down is not an action. It's at once per round. So he takes the arrow out, he attacks me, and he pops up into the sky.
Wow. Well, don't worry about it.
Well, depends on your roll, doesn't it?
All right. Well,
I will say this little tempo of Meg shooting to drop it, me hitting it, we are at an unfair advantage.
Here's this.
We have to basically draw the bow and just have the initiative come out the way it does. So we are well primed for this combat.
And my bleeding's gone.
Your bleeding's gone.
All right. Now I'm going to attack with my short bow.
Okay. Trying to get your 9 or lower. You got a 3 and a +1. So that's another 4 damage to it. After its mitigation, 4 damage. And it once again drops to the ground. Honestly, it's a little unfair. We're kind of beating up on this guy.
And then I attack it again. I know, I kind of actually hated it. I feel bad about it.
You should feel bad. This is not even a combat. This is basically just slaughter. 1 more damage.
No, hold on. My focus is a 9.
Yep. So 1 more damage. And wait, what's its current health?
5.
It's down to 5?
Yeah.
Oh, you put the one...
Well, I know, once we got to that...
There's a 0 on both sides.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
I figured once we got to this side, just do it here, but
we're really down. Saying. Okay, we're just gonna take this guy out. We're gonna go ahead and roll for my turn. I'm gonna once again attack it. Do I want to do any effects? I did my frenzied blood, which is my feral charge, which is great. The problem is the tricky part is Because we're showing you a single episode, I almost want to do more stuff to show that. But strictly speaking, if you're playing this optimally, you want to maintain your rule and your health because you are going in a sequence of encounters with limited sleep options and how you handle that. So I'm going to go to attack. And we got a 6 with a -2. That's going to be, my sword is 3, so that becomes, my sword is 5, so it becomes 3, and it becomes 2, so 2 damage to it.
Okay.
After its mitigation.
Alright.
Okay, and then it attacks. Now, it's going to once again pull the arrow out, and then attack me, rolling a 13 or lower.
Poor thing.
And it's a 7 and a -1, so it's 5 damage, mitigation of 3. I take another damage, I'm down from 10 health down to 9. And then plus I also take the wound, which I forgot to take, so that's down to 8 health. And with that, it goes to the next round, Meg, and I believe it's time for you to possibly finish the job.
Yeah, so something that I did previously that I'll do now.
You can get sleep.
Yeah, just because I liked it, and yeah. So let's attempt this. So, but if I don't wait, did it fly up?
It's yes, it's back in the sky.
Because if I don't get it,
yes, then I will not be able to attack.
Well, maybe we deserve that. Alright, so, I mean, my mind is a 12. Okay. So, we're going to roll to...
so, Meg's using her sleep abilities to put the target enemy to sleep.
And I actually take a rule from my available slot, throw it into my spent slot, and then let's see.
And what did you get?
A 1.
A 1. That's definitely
Although,
a hit
the one thing I'm noticing is it's range 4, so I would have had to have moved. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I would have moved there first. And then, yeah, I rolled literally a 1, which is insane.
The best part about that is you hit it with sleep, it falls from the sky, and...
I think that was successful, and I rolled literally a 1.
It's a 1. It's a 1.
It was tired. It wanted to sleep. It wasn't even me.
She doesn't know the best part yet. How much damage do you think they take when they fall from the sky?
I was making it sleep so that
How much damage do you think they take when they fall from the sky?
I don't know.
Hazard a guess, Meg.
Half of what they have left?
No.
What?
3.
Ah!
3 is the exact amount of health that the strike had.
So it doesn't wake up.
It doesn't wake up.
That's like dying in your sleep. That was honestly the nicest thing we could have done.
That is true.
Just saying.
That is true. Anyways.
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 Do not attempt this at home.
That's basically going to be the end of the scenario. We're going to go ahead and read the conclusion. We did have a little bit of an easier time than we should have. Again, that bow makes things a little easier.
We had a very good combo. And even the way we were set up with initiative, I think.
I'm saying the combination of everything. The initiative, the order, the bow. After the last reach gutters out, you find yourself covered in feathers and blood. Once again, Kira drifts from the slain, and you begin to wonder if you and Sharn have gotten yourselves into something bigger than simple huntsmen ought, and whether Sharaf and his goons might not have anything to do with any of it. You stare at the break in the underbrush where the thunderhorn tracks leading to the Harnwood and begin to shiver. At least the shrikes stick to the scrubby, stunted pines of the plains. A small consolation when fleeing danger into darkness, but with Tabuhl beginning her descent and feeling no closer to finding Sharn than when you set out, you'll take what you can get. Rewards. While the unhealed wounds you have sustained from these strange and savage encounters may only be healed through rest or rule, the experience you have endured has made you stronger. All heroes' maximum life is increased by 2. We go ahead and get to increase our maximum life over here. I'm going to go ahead and bump that up over here. We're going to go ahead and go to 10, I guess, right now. And we have an increased maximum life over there. And that's basically it. That is going to be the second encounter through Vrahode Age of Prophecy. Again, the prototype over here comes with 8. You can check out various scenarios from various content creators who've been playing through this, as well as the final game will have, again, I believe 24, but check out the campaign page to see all the stuff that comes in the game, including this giant guy who we haven't had to deal with yet, and maybe you'll see what they have to do in the game.
Do they always take 3 when they fall?
Why?
No matter how big they are?
You gonna throw that?
Well, no, I'm thinking a bigger one would take more damage.
I believe it's always 3.
Okay.
This would actually go into line with gravity. Basically, there's rules around gravity and speed and all those things. Granted, feathers could slow you distance. There's a whole different science lesson going on here.
The laws of gravity.
In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg.
This has been a playthrough of Vrahode Age of Prophecy. We'll have links down below. And as always, I hope you have a good one.
Bye.